Hello and welcome back to the Rose City Rollers knitting tutorial. So we have cast on and we've done 1.5 inches, and so yours should be rolling up like this. That is what it would naturally do. So what we're going to do next is the heel flap. So first of all, we've just got to start off. We're going to be using half of these stitches on here and go backwards and forwards. So first of all, for the first row of the heel flap, with the right side facing, we need to slip one, knit one across these needles. So row 1, we're going to slip one, then knit one all the way across, but we're only going to do 32 stitches. So we're going to slip one and then knit one. Just halfway across, and then we should be putting in a marker. You don't need to put in a marker, but I just think it just makes it easier when we're going backwards and forwards until there is a definite gap. So you're just slipping a stitch and knitting a stitch, slip one and knit one. This is the same type of thing we've been doing in the other patterns. It's the normal heel flap. So it should be quite familiar to you now. It should come back. I'm going to need to have a little count up to see how far I've gone. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Last one was a knit. So slip one, knit one, 32. And it says we should end with a knit stitch. That's worked out right, so I'm going to just put my marker in there because these are the only stitches we're going to be working on now. That's our 32. So now we're going to turn it around and do row 2. Slip that little marker over. So we need to slip the first stitch and then purl across all of them. So just put my yarn forward. Ooh. So we're going to slip the first stitch and then purl all the way back across those same 32 stitches you've just come across until you get to your marker. I must admit I was happy that the Rose City Rollers won the vote. I have been looking forward to these, but it does mean that I've got a lot of socks that are just single socks at the moment, so I'm going to have to be knitting some pairs after this to give the other ones some friends. Thank you for all your enthusiasm for the sock knitting. It's been really lovely sharing my knitting with you and seeing what everyone's been doing. So just purling across these 32. until we get to that stitch marker. Then turn it back round so you're facing the knit side once more. So we've done 2 rows. So now we're on row 3, which is slip 1, knit 1 to the end of the row again. So slip 1, knit 1, slip 1, knit 1 to the end of the row, or in our case to where the stitch marker is down the other end. So we're going over just 32 stitches again. Sorry I keep saying 32, if you're doing a different size then it's going to be the different stitches. So you're either going to be doing for small size 28 stitches or the 36 stitches for the large size. When I refer to the 32 it's just for the medium size. Sorry about that. So I'm just slipping 1 and knitting 1. I'm looking forward to seeing what colours you're doing your socks in. Ending in a knit. Now should be able to just take that stitch marker out now, because we'll see the difference in height to know where to stop. And then we turn it around. That was row 3, so we're now on row 4. So we're just going to slip the first stitch and then purl all the way back down those stitches till you get back to the beginning again, or rather the marker for the beginning. As I mentioned before in the video, I'm looking forward to seeing how much these weigh when they're finished, because I think they're going to be good little stash busters for all the oddments of sock yarn I've got. I may be able to make some more, maybe with contrast heels and toes or just on their own, whereas there wouldn't be enough for a full sock. I think there'll be enough for this. But that's a good trick if you're unsure how much yarn you need for something. If you've made something before, I know how much I'm going to use now for my socks, because I can just weigh them and it will tell me exactly how much yarn I used. Obviously you can get thicker or thinner 4-ply, so it's not an exact science, but it gives you a good clue if you've already started a ball of yarn to know if you're going to get away with it. And also similar, if you're doing a sweater, you'll know roughly how much you used. Whoops, there goes my stitch marker. I can take that one out as well now at the moment. So that was row 4. So now we've just got to repeat rows 3 and 4 until we've worked a total of 28, 32 or 36. So now all we need to do is repeat those rows 3 and 4 until we've worked 28 for the small size, 32 for the medium or 36 for the large rows in total. So we've done 4 rows, so you need to take the 4 rows away from the figure. So it's going to be either 24 rows, 28 rows or 34 more rows you need to do, if that makes sense. So I shall leave you there, because like I say, we've done this all before, so that's all we're doing. We're going backwards and forwards, doing that slip stitch and then purling to come back, and I shall see you in a few minutes when I've done that for the next video, and we shall be doing the heel turn. So I'll see you then. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.